Question for you. How fast in your games do you level from 1st to 20th level?
This is a great question. I'll speak to it both anecdotally and a little bit of what I think the system wants you to do. Take that for what it's worth. I ran a campaign over the course of 5 years that did stretch from levels 1 to 20. Now, we did play the first 10 levels of the campaign in a different system. However, looking back, I think we still leveled up about at the correct pacing for what 5e expects, and I did try to fall in line with that expectation. I say this because we did not use XP, but I did look at XP as a sort of metric to see, okay, where are milestones happening? Where should they happen so that this progress is happening the way that the system expects it to? Part of the reason I switched my game from the old system to 5e was because I wanted the system to do more work for me. I wanted to spend less time homebrewing and trying to come up with monsters myself, and I wanted to use the system's advantages, which is the wealth of rules mechanics for me to use off the shelf. So I wanted to try and stick to what the system was telling me to do. And it took us 5 years, basically, from levels 1 to 20. And I will say that the vast majority of that time was spent between levels 4 and 17. And anecdotally, that's what happened, but also that kind of matches up with what the system, with what 5e expects you to do if you're following the XP breakdown. And what I mean by that is when you look at the different amounts of XP that it takes to get from one level to the next, it takes a lot more XP to get from level 4 to 5 than it did basically to get from 1 to 4. So in the XP thresholding of the different levels, you can see there are these little bursts of like quick advancement. So like 1, 2, 3 happen pretty quickly, 4 and 5 are pretty slow, 6, 7, 8 relatively quick comparatively to what you've been doing, and then 9 takes a little bit longer because 9 is another proficiency bonus jump. There are these little soft gates built into the progression of levels in this game so that you're not advancing to those next breakout big power spike moments. We all know level 5 is one, but level 9 is another one because a lot of subclasses kick off, a lot of classes kick off, and you get that proficiency bump up to +4. Now, in terms of what it should be, it's up to you. I could see playing a gritty realism game, and it is like 10 years in and you're still level 14. But I could also see playing a more heroes chosen of the gods kind of campaign where you're leveling up all of the time and progression is really, really quick because it's sort of playing into this epic boon kind of thing. I think games played in the Theros campaign setting are a lot more geared towards this feel. A good rule of thumb, if you don't want to worry about XP or you don't even want to worry about trying to figure out what milestones are what, is to play a number of sessions equal to their current level and then they level up. So from level 1 to 2 in one session, from level 2 to 3 in 2 sessions, etc.